that was the biggest thing for me because I'd always been in relationships since I was like 14. It was like 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, just always in relationships. And I got out of one 3.5 years ago, and it was and just staying single, and it was rough. It was really, really rough. A lot of stuff will surface that you won't even know, like a lot of past trauma or whatever you guys want to call it, but staying single, and it made me learn a lot about myself. It made me learn who I actually am.
I done been through so much shit you couldn't fantasize it. Trying to speak on what I lost, but I could never find it. I'm sorry if I get that love that I can't recognize.
Oh, look at me, man.
Have a connection.
Right.
Get a deep connection.
Welcome back to Opinionated the Podcast, Season 2, Kansas City edition. I'm your host, Joshua Hicks, and alongside me, as always, my brother from another mother, Ree Washington. And today we're shooting in the lovely Society located in Kansas City. And today we have Miss Ashley Yoder.
Hi.
How are you, Ashley?
I'm good. How are you?
It's been a mission. We've been wanting to have you on here since Season 1, but we finally got you with your presence today. Just tell the people a little bit about yourself.
From Wichita, Kansas. I now live here. Been living here since 2016. And I do bottle service here. That's about it.
Bottle service. Tell us a little bit about the bottle service lifestyle.
It's late. It's a very late lifestyle, but it provides a lot of freedom whenever it comes to scheduling. So because I do stuff outside of Kansas City and I travel and stuff, the freedom I get with bottle service is what draws me to it.
Because, Ree always tells me, refers to it as the industry, and just, everybody knows each other. It's like a big family, and how he has these long, late nights. Like last night, he finished a shift at like 3 a.m. I don't know how he does it or how you do it, but just, tell me just like some of the fun, crazy things that you have seen while working in the industry.
I think you see everything, just to kind of speak on that. I think you see everything. The
Everything.
good, the bad, the ugly, the memorable moments and stuff like that. I think you see everything, bro.
Yeah, at my job, I can't drink on the job, so I'm extremely sober, seeing a lot of stuff happen. So it's a lot.
But even besides like doing bottle service, we found out that you're also in music videos, correct?
Yes, that's what I wish I could be doing full time. But
And which ones have you been in so far?
the latest one would be Franchise. I was in Franchise, but I've been in a lot of like local ones with Strange Music, and I've done one with K Stylus and some other local guys.
And you just enjoy that?
I like the acting part of it. So acting is, I don't want to just stand there and like look cute. I want to do something, like make me do something crazy or something.
I mean, because, that's hard. Like I told Ree when we first started doing the podcast, being in front of the cameras was so hard for me. So like for you to say no, like I love the lights, I love the camera, it's easy to you. Like, yes, I commend you on that, because I don't think I could do that for as many days and hours as you guys do it. But man, how is it like working with like hip hop artists?
What's been hard to find is a role where there's acting involved, because a lot of times I just want a pretty girl to sit on a car or to be sitting next to them, and that's always so boring. I want to do something like crazy, so I really like the videos where there's a plot and there's characters and just having like a part to play, and not just to sit there.
Story.
Yeah.
And you want to tell that story. But I mean, obviously sometimes music video girls, and I don't know if that's the correct term. What I just say?
I think there's a lot of video or a lot of terms for it.
Yes.
There's video vixens, which.
But I want to use the correct term, so I'll call you an actress, because that's what you are.
I would love that.
So
that'd be awesome.
Even being an actress in music videos, people kind of look at you guys or you women as, groupies and stuff like that. It's like you get a bad rep, but that's not it at all, is it?
No. A lot of music videos, like you can't even talk to the artists, or it's not about that.
Do you ever like feel respected in that industry?
I'm not sure about that. I think I felt more respected whenever I was on the other side of the lens, whenever I was, I helped with production, little things behind the scenes, and I really liked my role there as well, because I felt like I played more of a part in the video.
Kind of makes me go back to the episode we had with your sister, and she kind of talked about how like she fell in love with coaching and fell in love with teaching dance rather than doing that. I feel like that's where you kind of go in, like you kind of help, again, like directing it, try to be more than just in the picture. You want to actually make somebody's day, or just that simple thank yous from people, kind of go a long way. Like you said, off camera, just speaking to you about if this wasn't done, everybody would have been hungry. Yeah. And then what could have led after that could have been, worse. So I think, like you said, that time management.
Because I think, in today's society, it's always about image, right? People just care about the outside of, how the person looks and the individual, but never the inside of who you truly are, right? I mean, so even when you get some of these gigs, you're like, okay, yeah, I offer this, the beauty part, but this is what I can provide for you with my hard work and my dedication. Like Ree was saying, off camera, you had told us that for one of the music videos, you had to go and grab sandwiches and lunch for everyone else on, that was on the crew. And I mean, that has to, like, you have to swallow your pride a little bit on that one.
I liked doing that type of stuff, and they know I would love to help with production more. For future videos, just because you have no idea how many hands and people go into these music videos to make them happen. Everyone sees the artist and everyone sees the models in it, but there is 100 people behind the lens making everything happen and making sure lighting is right, making sure like the cameras are set up. There's multiple cameras going at one time, and there's just so many people that make these things happen that just do not get enough credit at all. Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, where was I going with this? When it comes to like connections and stuff like that, have you felt like you just doing this, or like being in the industry, or just, how do you make your connections? Is it easy for you to talk to people, or how are you around others in a different environment? Just because you do, you probably encounter a lot of people, and to me, everything is well connected. It's who pretty much. So how does that, is it easy for you, or is it kind of?
Yeah, I'm pretty outgoing whenever it comes to like talking with people, and before I left, the place where we were at in Atlanta for that music video, I shook people's hands. I followed them on Instagram, and I would, it was really awesome to work with people that are really good at their job, and I love to get to know more people. It was a blessing for me to even be on that set and get to know those people, so I definitely took advantage of it and got to know them.
Do you believe like social media plays a key role in like the industry that you're trying to get into?
Yeah, I think it definitely does, with staying in touch with people. Mm-hmm. So I know so many people across the United States, and we don't have each other's phone numbers, but I can still see what they're doing daily. I can still comment on what they're doing. I can still, discuss with them about stuff that, like their projects that they're posting and stuff like that, which without social media, I don't know how that would happen.
And it's like, is that like how you get a lot of your business opportunities, is through social media? Like, do people like reach out to you through social media and say, hey, I need you in this music video?
Yeah, so whenever I apply for music videos, I have to send an email to whatever email that they give me, and I have to give my full name, number, Instagram, and then 5 photos. Mm-hmm. So those are the only things that they ask for, and my Instagram handle is one of them. So
how do you, and not to cut you off, like how do you choose and select the photos? Because I know that has to be difficult. Like, yeah. Do you ever get self-conscious where you're like, oh no, I don't look good in this one, or I look great in this one, and things like that?
Yeah, I kind of like see what they're looking for. They're pretty descriptive on what they're looking for a music video. Your skin color, your body, like build, your height. Sometimes they just want a specific person. So depending on what they're asking for, I'll send the photos that would correlate with that the best. So the franchise one, it said bikini ready. So whenever I sent the photos, it was ones that showed that like I'm ready to be in a bikini or whatever you guys would need me in.
Like, how does that affect you mentally?
It makes me stay ready.
Stay ready.
You got to stay ready, because they called me on a Sunday around like 5 p.m. and they asked me to be in Chicago at 7 a.m. So if I want to have my nails done, I wouldn't be able to get them done. If I didn't have my eyelashes done, or maybe I wasn't ready physically, I wouldn't have been able to be there. Mm-hmm. So because I surprisingly had my nails done, my lashes done, and I was ready to be on set, I booked that flight overnight.
And where do you get this confidence from? Because I feel like you have to have this self-esteem to you where it's like you say you have to be ready at all times. So most people, even if you're having a bad day, it's like, no, I got to be
on
ready.
The track. I think you post every day that you're on the track somewhere. So I
go to a track a lot. I work out a lot. I have my best friend's a personal trainer, so she always keeps me accountable as well. I probably would be in the gym half the amount of time if she wasn't with me.
And if I think I know who you're talking about.
Shelby?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
D, but she going to be on here too, though. So
Yeah, Shelby, she's a personal trainer up north, but I work out with her. And that helps me stay accountable in the gym. But, like, if you really want that type of lifestyle, like, music videos are so last minute. They'll tell you a day before they need you. So you really just, if you really want it, you have to, like, be ready at any time for them to contact you if you apply for something.
And like, what would you tell a young girl who's trying to get into this type of field?
Apply for everything. Because I applied for that randomly, and I was like, I'm not going to get this. Just put yourself out there. Because if you're not applying for stuff, even if you don't even feel like you would fit the role, just apply for it. Because you don't know if the girl they originally had fell through and they needed someone else last minute. Like, just apply for everything. I apply for stuff in LA all the time. I apply for stuff in Miami. If I don't get it, I don't get it. But I wouldn't even, like, you have to try.
It's an automatic no if you don't try. You know what I'm saying? It's a 50-50 if you do. So I know away from, you know, the industry, Ashley, and away from her, like, who are you behind the scenes? Who are you when you have the time to decompress? Who are you away from, you know?
I'm extremely introverted. My Monday through Thursday is spent in the gym with my best friend. Outside of that, I'm at home.
Right.
Like, I think I need that balance with me working in a nightclub.
Right.
And I'm so social, and there's so many people and so much energy that I'm around that sometimes Monday through Thursday I just need, like, no one. Like, I have both sides to me. I like being out, I like being social, but I also need the balance of self-care, good sleep, working out, stretching. Just, you have to, like, have a balance. It can't just be always go. And maybe that works for some people where they're fine with, like, being out every night or socializing every night, but I have to have a balance.
Yeah.
That's what works for me. And I try and give myself that Monday through Wednesday or Monday through Thursday, whatever it is, giving myself that downtime.
I found myself kind of just speaking on that, how you always, you know, we do work in the industry and stuff like that, so you see those people who are always on the go. And I found myself at a point in time where, you know, they would come, you know, when everybody gets drunk, they get in their feelings, and they'll come talk to you, and, you know, you're low-key a counselor for about 5 to 10 minutes, you know, and you're sitting there talking to them, and then you try to, you know, just give them give them advice or just give them another outlook. But I found myself having to stop do that, you know, just because I was like, okay, they're drunk, so are they going to even remember this? But then it's like, okay, cool, I'm not necessarily wasting my time, but at the same time, I feel like I said this to you, and then the next week you're doing the same thing, and the week after that you're doing the same thing. So it's just kind of like, did I waste my breath, or, you know, will you understand it and hear me later on in life after you experience something? When I try to get you to not experience that, just if you listen to me, you know what I mean? So I find myself having to cut back from that. You know, I'm an introvert as well, but at the same time, like, you have to be within the field of work that we both do. So, I mean,
I had to learn to not take everything personally.
Right.
People are drunk. A lot of times they're on 10, coming at you, whether it's a good way, a bad way. And I just try and, like, let it go in one ear and out the other and just not take it personally.
Yeah, because, I mean, I think in y'all's field, I mean, when I watched him, he was a completely different person. And he told me, hey, Josh, when you see me, it's going to be a different switch because you are dealing with drunk people. You are dealing with people who want to have a good time.
Entitled.
Entitled people as well, where it's like, wow, this is how you think? Okay, this just because, you know, you have a little bit of money on you, you want to treat people a certain way. And it was like, wow, okay, I give you all the respect in the world, Ree, because I couldn't do it at all.
Yeah, people get really upset when I can't come get them, like, at the line. But it's not my club. It's not my bar. I can't do that. If it was mine, it would still be hard for me to come get 150 people at the door because they know me or because I'm friends with them and I love them to death, but it's just they don't even allow me to do that.
Do you see, like, your social group changing, like, just because of, you know, being in an industry where it's like people seem to only reach out to you because they need something or they want something?
Oh, that's all the time. I won't hear from anyone and they'll hit me up asking how I'm doing. I'm like, just let me know what you need. Like, are you needing a table? Are you what's up? What do you need?
You get that random, like, text from
all
a person
the time.
from 3 months ago, like, oh, hey, and you're like.
And I work concerts too, so everyone's asking about concert tickets or whatever. But I'm used to that. I think that whenever you are in these situations where you're working concerts or working at a club, you just have to be ready for that. And it's okay. I just don't take it personally. I'm in a place where I could help someone out. So if people feel like they need to reach out to me and ask me for stuff, then that's okay. But I have a really small circle, and it's everyone that works with me. So they're never really like asking me to come get them at the door or anything like that. Like one's a server with me and one's one of the bartenders next to me. So I have a pretty small circle, and it helps that they're work friends because they understand what you're going through.
No, yeah.
I think to me, what I get from it is like the connector piece. I feel like I met a lot of great people through it, and you say your circle's small, and on a prior episode, they were talking about how, as you get older, it only gets smaller, but I feel like it only gets tighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the people who you can call, and it's never a no. It's a yes, I got you. I can't get you right now, but I'll eventually get around to it. I think it just makes it tighter. But then you also meet a lot of people. Well, I know for me, you as well. So it's kind of like you meet great people, and then like sometimes I think you need to be in that position to meet those, because they can always connect you with somebody else. So I think it's a great connector piece, though it has its cons to it. There's a lot of cons, but then there's a lot of pros to it as well. From what I get, stuff like that. So, don't get me wrong, I'd be dog tired, we got off late and then woke right back up this morning, had to come set up. So it's kind of like, okay, cool. And then I'm in nursing school as well. So it's kind of like that don't help. You know what I mean? But,
And then, even just switching lanes with the conversation a little bit. Let's say if you had the option, 5 people that you can work for right now or direct a music video, who would it be?
They better be some good ones.
That's really hard because I would just want someone that would be open to having like a crazy like plot. Like I don't want to work a music video where we're just like sitting on cars or where we're just
But this is all
showing
hypothetical.
money
This is they're giving you everything that you want. So now all you gotta do is just say the 5. But they're saying here's the keys.
Lil
you can
Wayne.
do whatever. Okay, Lil Wayne.
Young Thug. Those are my 2 favorite artists. So I would love to it'd be awesome to create something for them and then be proud of it. That'd be cool for me. I don't
3 more.
know.
You gotta get a female on there.
I don't really listen to a lot of female music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
I think female artists lately have been kind of, maybe not rap, but like R&B.
I just have never listened to female artists. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm not like a twerker or I don't know. I feel like that's all it's about, like twerking or like scamming a guy or something. I don't know. I guess I can't really relate to like half of Lil Baby's lyrics either. But Lil Baby would be a good one.
Right.
I really like his music.
2 more.
This is really
Lil
hard.
Wayne.
Lil
Young
Wayne, Young
Thug.
Thug, Lil Baby. I think Roddy Ricch because I feel like he really is deep with his music videos, and I feel like he'd be fun to create with. Last one. Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi. Okay. I can see a Kid Cudi. Okay. That's
Like
not
doing
a
like
bad-
something crazy.
Yeah.
Like so like out of the box.
Because he'll let you know. Hey, he'll put on that dress and he'll sing or whatever, and whatever is beautiful art to him, that's what he's gonna do. So no, that's not a bad 5.
One thing I wanted to pick your mind about was we kind of spoke a little bit about it. Social media. What are your
Yes.
views on social media? It could be good, bad, or we could talk about both.
Yeah, I think that social media is huge for my industry. I book a lot of tables through my social media. I've obviously got modeling gigs through my social media. I want to continue to show like my work outside of, bottle service, because bottle service isn't my passion. I just do it because it allows a lot of flexibility. But I think social media is so crucial, but you also have to know what it is and what it isn't. A lot of times it's just a place for people to like, I don't know. We were talking about
Be
how
whoever you want to be.
yeah. And I use your social media to show who you are. Even if it's weird, even if you want to post a photo that no one else will like, that's what I've gotten better at. Because before, I would post a photo that I know would get the most likes. And now I'm like, I don't care which one gets the most likes. I'm going to post this one because that's my favorite one.
I know people who posted a picture and took it down because they didn't get as many likes.
Didn't
as
get
they
as many
wanted.
And then
likes.
they'll repost it like 2 hours later to see if the algorithm was working. Or
I think I have a
something.
photo on mine that has like 200 likes. Like, and the rest are in like 7, 8, 9. but I don't care. Like, it was like a photo of just like my shoes.
How many people have like ever approached you or just judged you off of social media only, and it's like that's not who you really are? I mean, I won't say who you really are, but that's not all you have to offer.
I think whenever I first started posting photos of with the photographer I work with here, I normally am like pretty naked in the photos. We try and make it art and we try and make it creative. We're not just trying to like be naked on social media.
Or like make it like a thirst trap or nothing.
Yeah, at all.
It's all about the art.
At all. And I think whenever I first started doing that, like my first couple photos, I had a ton of people in my DMs. I had a ton of people thinking like, oh, I'm going to try this girl or she's going to be easy or something like that. But like now I could post a photo practically naked and I won't get like any DMs. I won't get many like unneeded comments. So I think that you just have to like stand your ground and say that's not who I am. Or like, I know I pose like this, I know I take photos like this, but I don't do it for you guys. I do it for me. I do it to get modeling gigs. I do it to show that I work really hard in the gym. I'm dedicated. I do it for me at the end of the day. And I like love my followers. I can post stuff all day and they're not gonna like try me.
Yeah.
I think that I've like shown that, and it's really, really nice because I think I would go crazy if I had like 30 DMs every time I posted a photo naked.
So I feel you're big on self-love after kind of understanding you and getting to know you through this. You know, you're an introvert and you kind of work on yourself, you know, and you have to, I think, have a whole heart, you know, before you can give it out. So if there was any, you know, watchers, how would you kind of direct them into learning how to, you know, give self-love first and, you know, and...
So I was, well, now I'm going on single for 3.5 years, but that was the biggest thing for me because I'd always been in relationships since I was like 14. It was like 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, just always in relationships. And I got out of one 3.5 years ago, and it was and just staying single, and it was rough. It was really, really rough. A lot of stuff will surface that you won't even know, like a lot of past trauma or whatever you guys want to call it, but staying single, and it made me learn a lot about myself. It made me learn who I actually am, what I'm not, what my goals are, what my passions are, because whenever you're in a relationship, like without you knowing, it's a partnership. It's not just you. So you are revolving stuff around them, around their work, and that's fine. But a lot of people are just so into that they haven't even focused on themselves, or maybe healed from past stuff that you won't even realize. Like it was a really, really rough first year, like really rough. And I think it's just because so much was surfacing that I maybe blanketed with another relationship, or I just get another relationship and I'm dove into that without fixing this. So I recommend everyone to just be single for at least a year and find self-love, find healing.
Let's tap in a little bit further though. Like, how are you able to like just look yourself in the mirror and say, I need to fix what's in the inside?
I didn't even know that. I think I just had come out of a pretty bad relationship, and I was like, I'm done for a second. Like, I want to just be single and focus on myself and find goals. But during that is whenever a lot of stuff surfaced that I didn't even know. And it was rough, I think, because I just like wasn't expecting it. And I was actually like struggling mentally for a while, but I had to like kind of like go over that hump. And I don't think people even realize a lot of stuff until they force themselves to be single. Like, I need to wake up every day and be focused on myself, not on someone else. And I have a lot of friends that go to therapy, and that works for them. I want to look into it just because, I feel like I'm so happy, and I have a lot of self-love, but I think everyone could work on themselves more. Like, no one's perfect. So if I feel like that would help me out a little bit, then I'm going to try it.
Just to be like transparent, like I feel like I've been by myself for so long, and I've kind of really worked on myself that I've developed this, like, I don't care. Like, I do not give a fuck, because I feel like people, they make things their problems when it has nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? And we stress ourselves out, and a lot of things that people do have nothing to do with us. Like, that's their decision that they want to do at that point in time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what it is, like, you still have to continue to live your life and to walk your path and to do what you have to do. So do you have that much time to put that much emotion into something that you cannot control? And I think nowadays, like, humans in general, like, we get uncomfortable when we can't control something. You know what I mean? So I feel as if I got to that point, and I when I talk to people, I'm like, look, it's getting to the point where it's bad, because then it gives that other person, like, oh, he don't care. He gives that, oh, I don't give a fuck vibe, but it's just like, I don't at the same time. That mean I don't love you, or I don't like you, you know what I mean? I don't want to spend time with you, but it's just that at the same time, it's just like, yo, like, you going to do what you want to do at the end of the day. So what you do, I'm going to move off that. You know, I have to.
Because nothing's more important than your inner peace.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, you can't deal with everybody. There's, like you said, you can't cut it. I mean, you don't mean to cut everybody off or be distant, but your inner peace, that's what matters the most.
Exactly.
I agree. Ashley, how can the people get in contact with you?
Instagram is the best way. I love Instagram because a lot of people have like these crazy Instagram names, like B-ball player 23. I don't know who B-ball player 23 is, but I can go to your profile and be like, oh, I do remember him from meeting him last night, or I remember that conversation we had about linking about this project. You know, I love social media because of that. Because I can go to your photos and remember you, or we can send posts to each other. Like my photographer and I, we send photos in our text messages, and we send photos on Instagram.
Like ideas and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And so I love Instagram because it gives me inspiration. I can send it straight to people. I can see what they're up to, but Instagram is the best way to contact me.
I do have one question. Who inspires you? Where do you get your inspiration from?
Tiana Taylor and Aaliyah. Those are like my everything. So
You got me with that one, with the Aaliyah.
Man,
I
because
used to
I
listen
feel
to
like,
that CD every day in my mama car.
like, and then Tiana Taylor just won Sexiest Woman of the Year, and she dresses like a boy half the time.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show that you don't have to dress sexy to
And
be
she goes
sexy.
to like Navy thrift shops or like Army thrift shops or whatever. Like she gets fatigues and things like that to get
It's
dressed
okay to
up.
be completely covered up and wear like a baggy shirt, baggy pants, and still be sexy. It is your personality. It is your aura, your energy. It's that self-love. I could wear a shirt that's an extra, extra large and I'm still going to rock it. And it's just one of those things, like, you might have a bad hair day, rock it. You might, you might have gained a little bit of weight, rock it. So I think that Tiana Taylor really, really shows us that you don't have to be wearing the sexiest stuff all the time. Yeah, she has done like music videos or photo shoots and stuff, but like it just goes to show that like that was just huge. Whenever I saw that, I was like, yes, a woman that is most of the time in men's clothing is the sexiest woman alive. So I love that because I'm such a tomboy. I do wear baggy stuff. I do wear stuff that does not fit me. I wear hats, but I still want to radiate like that I'm feminine. I still want to radiate that I am a woman at the end of the day, but you don't have to be wearing like stuff that shows off your skin all the time to do that.
Gotcha.
And if she does, if you do try to get in contact with her, and she does not get back to you right away, don't feel some type of way, because she leaves me on red. She leaves me on deliver all of the time. I have to stay on her ass about it to get her here. I had to have people hit her up for me, so just in case she doesn't give it.
A lot of times I'll open up something and then someone like messages me about work and I'll click on it and then
You forget.
I'll
But drop your @ name, because we didn't get the @ name for the people to.
at ASHHLEYYODER. I had to do the 2 H's because Ashley Yoder was taken whenever I created my Instagram. So it's 2 H's, Ashley Yoder.
Awesome. He's Ree Washington. I go by the name of Joshua Hicks. This is another great episode of Opinionated the Podcast, Season 2, Kansas City edition. Love, always.
She say, why is it when I call that you always hit decline? Cause every time I pick up, it's the same thing every time. You ask me how I'm doing and I tell you that I'm fine. Trying to match these demons that I sing about every night.